Luckily, my problem's not medical. It's psychological.
Heartburn all day. Can you get a little closer? Probably could. Step on that rock. I have a huge fear that I'm just gonna step on something and my foot's just gonna go whoop. I'm not gonna be on the ground crying. No time for time off. New latches. Probably pretty new shack by the looks of it. Here, do it the easy way. I just switched trailers because it's going to Bruderheim, so we can go straight down Highway 2 on a trombone. Not when it's on my scissored flat. It is brand new. This is new. Yes. bucket here, bro. That is like kind of cool. How'd I do on the straightness? It's crooked. It'll be alright. Digging that. Innovators. Let me guess, a fucking knot? Fuck me. How does this happen? Embarrassing. I like that. Shit, you could literally run short chains from here to there. Not legal, but you definitely could do it. Save time when you're in the bush, you know? License plate's like I'm riding a frickin' 600R. Not fair, don't do that. Those are nice. People like the Winch super fast. First thing the skid does is it goes, you come back, and you kind of have this sudden stop feeling, and then you cram on the brakes, and the skid goes right into these, cleans them right off. And the whole reason why we have valves on the back, not the front, because you can't turn them off once you break them off. I've seen that on the... Dan did exactly that when we took 400s to Kamloops. I was like, what's with all the air? And I walked over there and I was like, oh yeah. Booster applications. That's what it's for. Any parties in here? Oh. Not bad. Oh, our bread. I think it's the sourdough bread. My wife only brought sourdough bread. And I'm like, oh, egg salad. Oh, it's a Magno one. Put a Magno one on the step. How can I get that shack? T-bed that thing. Get out of the way. Let's see. Stupid. Every swing out should have signals. Would be nice. Alright. D-sign and out of here. clean that in the morning because it's wet. Because it rains. Looks like a rainstorm must have just passed. Lucky me. And it's going south as we're going north, so. See, we loaded up the 14 wide shack yesterday so we could have a early retreat. Got to take the first 14 wide. It's got to go to a location by Bruderheim. That's north Edmonton. On 15, just past Bruderheim, turnoff. Northeast of Edmonton, I guess. Fort Saskatchewan, if you want to really get down to the nitty-gritty. And then after we unload that one, we got to come back and we'll grab another 14 wide that's just fresh build at Altafab in Nisku. And take that back to here, Red Deer, to Apex's yard. Pretty ease day, minus the driving through the city 14 wide part. That's gay. Hate being 14 wide all day when you're in a city setting. Like, whenever you're on the highway, it's nothing. But then you get into like the ring road going around Edmonton and stuff. We'll be a little early, we'll miss morning traffic, but it's still kind of a pain in the ass. Just because you got to deal with everybody. Usually I like to stay in the middle lane so I don't have to deal with everybody that likes to haul ass, and then everybody that's merging on to the ring road, you know. We'll have a pilot, chase vehicle, blocker, because when you're 14 wide on 4-lane, you need pilot to the rear. So that's not a problem. But you know, you still got to deal with city drivers. And you see some stuff, man, when you hear a truck driver. All the deer, 4 deers. So yeah, minus the dealing with the city traffic, everything will be gravy, no problem. I'm not going to be in a super rush. We got lots of time. This rain situation is kind of overdoing it. Like, everything is pretty wet right now, and Alberta's already, you know, for the most part, depending on what side of Alberta you're in, is pretty wet. South is dry, north and west is usually pretty moist. The yard's in pretty sad shape right now. It's probably a cross between yard be punched out from all the years of all the trucks and everything, or the frost and the rain all coming up at once. I don't know what's worse.
Playing the YouTube video?
Yeah, you are now. Fuck, you've made it a few appearances. I forgot the chimney. I had to send them back in. I had the screws in my pocket. Well, on to Nisku. Must be drilling a hole right there, which is really weird. Kind of a shitty turn into here because he dipped down. Pretty sure I just barely skimmed my ramps. Dang, I turned and there was like a bit of a bang. I was like, what the fuck? But damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
The bungee, we got the
Nice.
mechanics tools of choice.
Thanks, bro.
Can I call you back?
We gotta go to Nisku and get another one.
Oh yeah.
We're not done yet.
Got her loaded. Fucking loaded mint. Look at that. We got the Jerbear rig. Chained up. The flags. Put this back before Gerald notices. Yeah. Actually, no. We're done. We don't want Gerald forgetting the GoPro. But flag everything. Lights out. Barbecue shut-off valve. Mod into the YouTube footage.
It's probably still side view.
I don't know.
Because when you put it sideways, it goes vertical.
No.
So
Hopefully.
You're sideways.
Oh yeah, we got her fixed, but yeah. All loaded. D sign on for dimensionally dangerous. That is the incorrect terminology, but my terminology, the Redmond terminology. Flashers on.
One flasher.
Is that gay enough?
And then some. This has been the gayest vacation I've ever had.
I love smelling me on your breath.